Yo, what are you saying? This is 5 L, your favorite starting five here, back another week. Boys, what are you guys saying?
We
Five
good,
up,
we
five
good,
up,
we
five
Was
good,
up.
goody, was
we good,
goody.
we good,
Okay,
we
okay,
good.
okay. All right, let's get straight into it then. So a couple weeks ago, we talked about rookies, our rookie expectations, who we thought was going to be a star immediately on the floor, and who we could see, having potential. But a lot has changed in the last couple weeks.
hmm
So let's get into it. Let's talk about what we like to see, where we want to see some improvement. Like, what's one player that you guys really think is stepping up?
I think I'm gonna start here, and I think I'm gonna talk about the first pick in the NBA draft, Cade Cunningham. Um, he obviously started off injured, right? He came back, played a couple games so far, and his first few games back, his first few games that he has played, he's been shooting very, very, very poorly from the field. Right? Shooting 14%, 23, 35%. He's taking roughly around 15 shots a game, 16.
Mhm.
And it just seems like, I guess he's just trying to get into the rhythm of playing NBA basketball, right? Not playing in the preseason, not playing the first couple games and coming in. I just feel like he's just trying to get into the rhythm. He's shooting 90% from the free over 90% from free throw, but he is looking like he's I think he has a promising future. It looks like he can obviously score the basketball, he can facilitate, but I feel like he there's a lot of improvement he can do compared to his shooting, right? Um and yeah.
Um, yeah, the thing with Cade is like I said, it's not uncommon to see rookies, struggle at the beginning. A name that comes to mind from last year's class is LaMelo, who got off to a very slow start, and halfway through the season he kind of got his rhythm. So I feel like, you know, all he's got to do is just get comfortable, get in the rhythm, and I think he'll be fine.
Mhm,
I just hope it doesn't turn into, like a Markel Fultz situation.
mhm.
Um, Hopefully not. But even Markel now today, he's
He's
already
not
starting to
bad.
become a better player. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's already
Yeah,
starting to,
not bad.
find his way in Orlando. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think he's definitely going to
Yeah.
be a lot better in the future. He needs to get comfortable with the
Yeah.
shot.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's really funny. I saw on Twitter like last week when people are trying to compare Cade to LeBron.
Mhm.
Like they're trying to say, why isn't he playing like LeBron in his third year, essentially.
Mhm.
Obviously, we put a lot of high expectations on these rookies, right? Because we've had a lot of like stories where rookies start off really good, and like right away they're impactful. LeBron, Carmelo, Kobe, not even Kobe actually, right?
Luca.
Luca. But I think a lot of players are able to, progress into their role, right? Like even Brandon Ingram wasn't as efficient, as
Mhm.
good as he is now. And, it just takes a lot of time for a player to adjust to a new system. Especially in Cade's situation, he's essentially the star. Like they're trusting him with the majority of the offense on Detroit, right? So it's going to be a big learning experience for him, but I don't count him out as a bust. And
Mhm.
I don't think anyone should.
So moving on from Cade, if we're all done speaking on him, I want to mention a rookie that a lot of people, other than myself, didn't really have him as a top rookie. Evan Mobley. He's averaging almost 15 points, 8 rebounds a game, 1.3 blocks. And a lot of people didn't have him really doing well as a rookie just due to the big man presence on Cleveland already, with Jared Allen, Kevin Love, and whoever else. But essentially, he's performing well, very well, uh, above what his expected role is going to be.
Mhm.
And It's good to see that he's starting in the very beginning of the season. His role, his identity on the team wasn't really fleshed out, and now it's good to see that like he's really settling in and playing good. Um, yeah. So if any of you guys have anything to say on it, love to hear it.
I'll just you basically touched upon it. Obviously we maybe I don't know if I could speak for you guys, but I didn't expect anything at all because there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of big man presence on their team. right? With Larry Markkinen, with Jared Allen, you would think that Larry Markkinen would play a bigger role, but surprisingly, Evan Mobley is actually the one that's one of the most impressive bigs on their team. Obviously, besides Jared Allen, and I feel like that's a good piece for them. And Cleveland's looking pretty good here with Ricky Rubio now. Colin Sexton's out, so Ricky Rubio's looking pretty good right now as a facilitator. Darius Garland's having an amazing year so far, and I just feel like there's a really bright future in Cleveland for Evan Mobley here.
I mean, just the Cavs in general, right? They got such a good young core.
Mm-hmm.
So even now, they're even kind of showing. I mean, prayers up for Colin Sexton. Hopefully, he gets better soon. But I think with Evan Mobley, a lot of people seen it as like more of like a project player for the future, and that's why it's so surprising that he's producing so much already right
Mhm.
now. And with that big game in New York yesterday, he definitely showed a lot.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's very good for Cleveland that he's producing this much right now, and Cleveland has a good shot to make the playoffs this year.
I don't know if we're keeping track, but it's not surprising to me because he was in my top 3 rookies in a few videos back. I don't know if you guys picked him, but I did. So just want to let that out. I did expect this from Mobley. I thought he had a lot of potential. He's definitely playing a lot better than I thought he would. But his confidence, I feel like that's just the main concept in terms of rookies, is just having the confidence within the NBA, because that's the biggest part. Like Cade, it's a big example of just not having confidence with your shot. Like he just has to get to the flow of it. But you can see there are some rookies in this year that have the confidence to step up, and we're gonna touch upon that. And I think the next player, since I think we all
Yeah.
talked about Evan Mobley so far, the number one prospect for Rookie of the Year, the one and only Toronto Raptors, Scottie Barnes. That man, what a great man. He's a
He's
phenomenal player, isn't he?
he's built
Phenomenal.
different.
Absolutely, definitely Rookie of the Year, 100%
Rookie of
so
the Year.
far.
Rookie of the Year.
Again, the impact right now. You got lucky with Pascal Siakam being out and everything, got that starting spot, and now I think it's gonna be hard for coach to take him out of the rotation.
No doubt.
So again, even with Pascal coming back in, he's gonna be a big part of the rotation in Toronto, and he's definitely Rookie of the Year for me for sure. No bias, no bias.
There's
No,
no
I
bias.
was very surprised to see, how he's playing. Like you would expect, like obviously they have a lot of scorers, they have a lot of players who impact the court. And to see Scotty just hop into that role while Pascal's out and just fit so well and gel so well with the team, he does everything he needs to do for that team, right? And it's actually translating to a much better record than I think most people thought they would have. And I think it's going to continue that way because it's definitely a good young team and a good system that is around Scotty. And I think the one thing that really impressed me about him was his willingness to just adapt to the situation of, okay, I'm a Toronto Raptor. How can I make the best of it? How can I, help my teammates and get some wins, right?
And actually, one thing I actually love about Scottie Barnes is that he actually plays defense, and that absolutely is what we need, and is what we do in Toronto, right? We're all dogs on the defensive end. It all starts with defense, right? And the fact, like, this obviously sometimes won't translate to the stat sheet, but his presence on the defensive end is crazy to see. Like, even a rookie with that kind of impact. Like, if you guys were watching the Brooklyn game, locking down Harden, help defense on KD. Like, he was showing, like, he seems like he's a veteran on the defensive end in this league. That leads to easy buckets for him and his team. So it's very exciting to see as Toronto got a gem in this one.
But before moving to Tykes, sorry about that. But did you guys see what he did to Jared Allen when he just ripped the ball from that grown man? That rook. That was really impressive. Showing his strength.
Grown ass man.
This guy
Over his back. WWE out here.
This guy did a flip, man.
Flip.
Actually goes along with what I'm gonna touch on is as a rookie you don't really have NBA strength. I believe that Scottie Barnes, he has NBA strength. He's not dodging contact. He's not afraid to get physical, as we clearly highlighted. Um, and that's one of his his best advantages when it comes to the rookies. Even as a player as a whole, when it comes to all the players in the NBA, he's not afraid to get down and dirty, and really just be physical. I think he's one of the main physical presences on the Raptors as of right now, and
No
it'll
doubt.
definitely be interesting to see what his role looks like with Siakam in the lineup again.
Exactly. I'd also like to add on the quote that Kevin Durant said about Scottie Barnes when he was asked how old is he, 19, 20, and he was surprised about that because he also added to say that Scottie Barnes' IQ and enthusiasm for the game is rare for a rookie. The fact that you're having probably arguably the best player on the planet complimenting you as a rookie, that's big, especially if it's from the best player literally on the planet.
Yeah. No, it's a big thing for the second best player on the planet to saying that. But no, I definitely think no, it's a big
Come on, man.
thing
Let's
for
go another
sure.
debate now. Come on. Go another debate.
We already
No, I was
know.
waiting for that. I was waiting for that. So I was waiting for
Best
that.
player. Best player.
All
Right
right.
now on
So,
planet Earth.
so if we're all done with Scotty Barnes, I guess we'll just the last top four pick we'll talk about is Jalen Green, the number 2 pick of the Houston Rockets, and I'll start it off here. And again, we've seen glimpses of his greatness. He's had a lot like a 30-point game, really good, hot shooting nights. But again, the thing with him, just like Cade, is just the consistency, shooting the ball.
Sure.
I don't think he has a lack of confidence at all.
Mhm.
Like he gets the ball, he's confident in his moves, confident in his step back and all this, his shooting ability. But I think, the consistency will come, again, like it's very common with rookies.
Mhm.
But yeah, he has the green light in Houston, so I'm not worried for his future at all.
Yeah, to touch upon that, I was about to say that too. Like he has the green light in Houston to shoot the basketball, right? But I just feel like sometimes his shot selection is iffy. That's the one
Hmm.
thing that I see. Like obviously that's gonna come with experience, like the James Harden with the KDs of having those types of shots, but then again, he's young, right? So he's obviously, like Philip said, he's gonna get into the rhythm. He's gonna have consistency, and he's just getting started. Obviously, there's a bright future in Houston for him, and it just we'll see what the future holds for him.
Mhm.
He's definitely looking good. He's the main thing is that he's free to do what he wants on the court. No real restrictions. He could definitely play how he wants. The thing I will say though is as much as he's known for his shot, he's more known for his finishing. With his athleticism paired with his touch.
Mm.
I think he needs to tap into that bag a bit more. I do see a couple glimpses of obviously he's trying to end people's careers already, and he hangs in the air with the best of them, and you know what I mean. So I think one of his advantages are becoming his disadvantages at this point because he's athletic, yes, he's long, yes, but strength. I believe
Mhm.
once he starts to put on more weight, becoming more confident in going in the paint, he's a scary looking guy. The
Mm.
vert's there, and once he could get through the contact because every time he jumps, you're gonna expect the body on you. Um, I think he'll see like the player he really is.
I definitely agree with that. I think you guys touched upon all the points in terms of Jalen Green, but I'd like to give an honorable mention since we're only doing top four to Josh Giddey. He is showing a lot of potential in OKC. He's putting up basically all the stats you want from a player,
Mhm.
and he's showing a lot of confidence. I think he actually could be in the top four, but that's arguable. I still think obviously the main one is Scottie Barnes, but a lot of people arguing that he's going to be rookie of the year. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on that because a lot of people have different opinions on him.
I actually first came across him on TikTok actually. Surprisingly, he if you guys don't know, he's a TikToker. He makes some TikToks, right?
Yeah.
The Drake TikTok, the breathe, give me a shot, breathe type shit, right? So that's when I first heard of him. And actually I remember watching one of their games, and him and Shea literally play the same. They do it all. They rebound, they score, they can rebound, score, they can facilitate the ball. And then I remember coming across this video stating that uh the fact that they both backcourts can do the same thing, it puts a lot of pressure on the team because both of them can facilitate, both of them can attack the rim, both of them can shoot the ball. So it's kind of like hard to guard two guys that can do it all. Two guards, right? And it's obviously bright future. And he was the sixth pick in the NBA draft, and obviously the OKC Thunder seen the potential in him, and I think we all can be and I think we can speak for all of us, and we are all excited to see what's in the future for him, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and I think there was one game I can't quite remember, but he had a great fourth quarter, and he absolutely took over. Like it was him and like Shea was just giving him the ball to so have that trust from the number one option. And it's very important. He's another guy that could just get you a bucket on that team, which is what they desperately need. I mean, the OKC Thunder, they need a lot of things, right? But to have that scoring, from that rookie is very it's very what's the word I'm looking for? It's very useful, very useful. And I think
Yeah.
if anybody's, everybody's done talking about Josh Giddey, I think, another guy I want to touch on is it's a second round pick, and again, no bias, but Dalano Banton. Dalano Banton looks really good. I just want to give him some love before,
Appreciate
we
it.
talk about no bias or anything. You know what I mean?
No,
He's probably the most
yeah.
impressive second round pick out of this class, and he gives Toronto something different off the bench. A taller, almost like a point guard. He plays like right.
Yeah.
He pushes it right off the rebound. He gives the Raptors a different pace. So I have very high hopes for him in the future.
All right, well, yeah, I definitely do agree. His play is you can definitely see the guard potential he has, and of course, with the trend in the league, being a positionless league, and he definitely fits right in that mold. But I definitely wanted to bring this up before we continue. There was a picture a little while ago on the Raptors account, and I seen that he had black Air Forces on. You could have known that I got a pair of these for him, all right? In case he needs that. Just holler at me, bro, and we'll get you set up. But yeah, if that's everything on him.
So someone send
go
us
ahead.
send us his address. We'll text us ship him a
Yeah.
pair.
When it's not demon time, you gotta wear the whites.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if we don't have any more opinions on him, another guy I like to bring up is Franz Wagner. He's on Orlando. He's become a viable scoring option now. He's shown it. A bit last week and this week. A bit inconsistent, of course. He is a rookie, but to score at the rate he did and as efficiently as he did, he's definitely carving out a role in the lineup for sure. I'm very excited to see how he plays. He's essentially an underdog when it comes to being able to play. And for Orlando to give him a chance is definitely exciting to see.
No, Tykes, I definitely agree with you. I think Wagner has a lot of promise. I could see him, make a lot of impact. So there's like a lot of names out there that you wouldn't recognize, but they're making a lot of noise. So I guess we got to see where it goes. At the end of the season, we'll see how our predictions went out. But, if that's everything, boys, I think that's the end of the day for us today. We've been 5 out.
Sir.
Show us a little bit of love, like, comment, subscribe. Check out our socials, show some love.
So show some love.
All that.
Yeah,
Phone
man.
a friend.
We've been
Phone
on
a
the
friend.
consistency. Yeah, phone a friend, auntie, grandma, everything, man. Whatever you got to do.
The cat, tell the birds outside, man. Just let them know 5 out.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, this is the 5 Out podcast, and it's your favorite starting 5, and we are out.
Peace.
Peace.
Sure.